Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, it's nice to have you back in the class, Akira. How are you?
Fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so did you enjoy your party last time?
Yes. It's nice dinner. It's a wonderful day. I with my friend. They come back from China, and some his customer, and we are eat dinner together and drinking some whiskey and beer.
Wow, that's great. It seems like you really enjoyed your time with them, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's great. Now, thank you for sharing about your experiences. Now, this time, are you ready for the class?
Yes, I'm ready.
Ready. Okay, so we are now on the page 7 of our lesson, right?
Yes.
Yes, and as I remember, I have asked you to find compound nouns, which are composed of two nouns in one. So this time, let us see your answers. These are your answers, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, so your answer, first one is, what is this?
Bicycle lane.
Okay, bicycle lane. Very good. Next is?
Bus stand. Parking garage.
Bus stand. Okay, so in our answers here, we don't have bus stand. Instead of bus stand, we may choose to have bus lane, bus stop.
Oh, bus stop is more. It's more right. It's more fine.
Yes. Okay. So I will just highlight this one. So I will put the word stop. Okay. So this is better.
Okay, it's better.
Okay. So how about the next one?
Parking garage.
Parking garage. Okay. Next is
street light.
Street light, of course. Another one.
And subway station.
Okay, so there is subway station.
And taxi stop.
Taxi stop. Next is.
And I think traffic jam is more better.
Traffic jam. Okay, so that's better than the traffic system. Okay, so next is
train station.
That is train station.
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you some examples. Okay, additional to your answers given. Okay, so these are the words that you can use with the bicycle, bus, newsstand, news, parking, subway, taxi, traffic, train. Okay, so there are a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but anyway, thank you for giving me your answers. Those were correct. Now this time, let us have the pair work. Oh, by the way, do you have any questions with our answer in this part?
No question.
That's good. Now this time for our pair work, I'll just move it to the next page. Okay, so which of these things can you find where you live? Okay, so now we can use our compound nouns. Okay, so if there are compound nouns that are available in your place, okay, then you can tell it to me.
Yes. As A, there is a bus system here. But they are not they are not have traffic jam.
Or they do not have traffic jams, right?
Yes. In my city, my house near my house have not traffic jam.
Okay, so there are not, or you can say there are no traffic jams near my house. Okay, so instead of this one, you can use this one.
And the MRT have they are they have distance from my house to MRT about need 20 minutes by motorcycle.
Okay, so you can just take a motorcycle when you go from your house to the MRT station, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what else can you see that are in this compound nouns? What are the things that are available, or the places that are there in your city?
Okay. And my city have much taxi. There are many taxi in my city.
Okay. You mean taxi lane?
Taxi traffic.
Okay, the taxis, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there are many taxis. So how about any other words that we have here, or compound nouns? Like bicycle lane, bus lane, you said. What else can you see in the city that you live in?
Yes. A part of people go to work by bicycle, and some other part of people go to work by MRT, and some will driving to office. So they are convenient. They have several. There are very many convenient transportation for the people to go to work.
Okay, so but does your place have a subway system?
No, we have no subway system in my city.
Okay, but are there traffic lights in the streets?
What?
Are there traffic lights in the streets?
Oh yes, they have many traffic lights in my city.
Okay. Traffic lights in my city. Or you can also say there are many traffic lights in my city.
Okay.
So instead of have, we can have are. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how about
and it's difficult to parking.
It is difficult to park.
It's difficult to parking. On the working time.
Oh, in the working time.
Yes.
Okay, so it is difficult to park in the working time. You mean it is difficult to park cars at work?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, park cars at work. Okay, so what else? What else can you see? Are there train stations in your place?
Trans. I am fear to walk by train.
Okay.
So I'm not sure the train situation.
Train station.
Yes.
Okay, so you are not sure whether there are train stations or not?
Yes. I usually driving to work. And sometimes I go to work by MRT. And I never go to work by bicycle because it's too far.
Yes, of course.
It's far to walk. Yeah.
And when you go to work from your house then you'll get all the sweat in your body, then you wouldn't look fresh anymore.
Yeah.
So you need to drive to work. Okay, so instead of driving, let us have drive. So I usually drive to work.
Okay.
Okay, so it is better to use the word drive. Now, what else? What else can you see in your place? Is there a news stand in some stores?
Stores?
Are there news stands in stores?
Yes. There have several bus stands in there have many bus stands over the street.
Bus stand? You mean bus stop?
A bus stop.
Okay. So there
there are many bus stops over the street.
Over the street. So instead of bus stand, you can say there are many bus stops over the street. Okay, so instead of there have, you can say there are. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry, it should be yellow. Now instead of bus stand, you can say bus stops.
What is different between bus stand and the bus stop?
Actually, if you will look at the dictionary, you cannot see the words bus stand. Instead, you can only see bus stop. Okay, so it is proper to use bus stops instead of bus stands. Okay, so as you can see in our example here in the answer, you can only see newsstand. Okay, so the word stand there is just applied in the word news. Okay.
Newsstand.
Yes, newsstand. Okay. So what else do you have in your city? Do you have train stops?
Train stop. The trains. We just have train station and no have train stop.
I see. Okay, so thank you for answering my questions. So those are the things that you can see, or you can see in your place. So do you have any questions in this part?
No questions.
No questions. Okay, so remember, instead of using there have, you can use there are. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
There are, or there is. It should be there are or there is. There are if the next if the next noun is plural. Okay. So there is if it is singular. Now, this time let us have the part 2. That is perspective. Transportation services. So what transportation service do you like best?
The ship is my favorite transportation service. Take ship.
Ship.
Like Taiwan, the south of Taiwan have a city. It's called Kaohsiung. And the Kaohsiung have ship transportation between A and B place.
Okay.
So you can take ship from A to B, and you have the good view when you transportation.
Okay, so that means you want to ride or board a ship because you want to look at the view in the sea, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So do you often go there?
Not often, because my city north of Taiwan, and the Kaohsiung is south south of Taiwan. So we are have we are it's one in north and one at south.
Okay, one north and one in south. Okay, yes. So thank you for sharing about that. Me, I think I like boarding an airplane because it's interesting when I can get to one place or from one place to another in just a couple of hours, especially just around the Philippines. Also, I think it's convenient, okay, when it comes to time. And I like to look also at the views from above. So it's exciting to see the place where you will be landing. And it's exciting because there is an airline here that offers games. Okay, so it's very exciting. So I like to board a plane above all. Now this time, let us listen to these comments about transportation services. So it is, or we cannot go away with the people who have bad comments about the transportation services that they have, or even us. We can also comment to the transportation services given to us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Now this time, I want you to listen to the comments and match them to the pictures. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Unit 2. Caught in the Rush. Page 8, Exercise 2, Perspectives. Transportation Services. Part A. Listen to these comments about transportation services. Match them to the correct pictures.
The buses are old and slow, and they cause too much pollution. In cities with less pollution, people are healthier.
There are too many cars. All the cars, taxis, and buses are a danger to bicyclists. There is too much traffic.
There should be fewer cars, but I think that the biggest problem is parking. There just isn't enough parking.
Okay.
Okay, so this time, let us answer the activity below. So you can see 1, 2, 3. 3 pictures. Match them to the correct pictures. So I just want you to put the name of the transportation service. It's either a bus or anything. Okay, so just write them down on the blanks provided.
Okay. Okay, finish it.
Okay, so can you read number 1?
Okay. The buses are old and slow, and they cause too much pollution. In cities with less pollution, people are healthier.
Okay, so the buses are old and slow, and they cause too much pollution. In cities with less pollution, people are healthier. So by the way, this word is buses. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So your answer is?
It's B.
Okay, so that will be letter B. Picture letter B, that's correct. How about number 2?
There are too many cars. All the cars, taxis, and the buses are a danger to bicyclists. There's too much traffic.
Okay, so there are too many cars. All the cars, taxis, and buses are a danger to bicyclists. There is too much traffic. So that would be?
So answer is A.
Okay, so that would be letter A. This one. Okay, how about number 3?
There should be fewer cars, but I think that the biggest problem is parking. There just isn't enough parking.
Okay, so your answer is?
C.
Okay, that would be letter C.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for answering. I can see that you can match the situation to the pictures below, and that is very good. Now, this time, let us have letter B, a pair work. Now, let us answer the following questions. First, does your city or town have problems with traffic, pollution, and parking? What do you think is the biggest problem? So let me ask you first. Does your city or town have problems with traffic, pollution, and parking?
Yes. I think the biggest problem in my city is there are several company of government. They like gas company and the electricity company and the water company. They have scheduled maintenance the road. So the problem is when they complete the maintenance, they are not careful and more and check to recover the road. So sometimes, so you can see the road have a high and low. Some place high and some place low of the road. So it's dangerous. Each dangerous and easy cause the traffic accident, especially bicycle and the motorcycle.
Okay, so it can cause traffic accidents, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that word is accident.
Yes.
Okay, so can you say that word again? Accident.
Accident.
Okay, that's better. Now this time, the biggest problem that your city is facing is that the traffic which is caused by a company maintenance. Okay.
Yes.
Is it a road maintenance?
Yes, road maintenance. The road maintenance. There are several companies to maintenance the road. These companies have water company and electronic company and the gas company. Yeah.
Okay, so electronic company. Okay, I think those companies are big companies, right?
Yes.
So that's why they are really allowed to do such things in your road. So the inconvenience is that the traffic is bad, and maybe the pollution is also bad. Or
yes.
Yes, okay, it makes it contributes to the pollution in the place. Okay, so thank you for sharing about that. Now here, I don't think that there is, or here in our place, I don't think that there is a major problem when it comes to traffic, pollution, and parking. I think sometimes it's traffic, especially when you are in the main road. So there are a lot of vehicles that you can see, especially in the rush hour. And one thing also, pollution is not that bad. So I think sometimes traffic is bad here in our place. And
so the road always not smooth.
yeah, especially when you are on the main road. But when it is just in the normal hour, not in the rush hour, then the traffic would not be bad. There will be no traffic at all.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for that. So these problems also are contributed when it comes to our transportation, or when it comes to our travels from our homes to our companies or our workplaces, or to wherever we may go. Now this time, let us have our grammar focus below. So that is number 3. First, I will let you listen to the expressions of quantity, and then let us read them afterwards. Okay?
Okay.
Page 9, Exercise 3, Grammar Focus. Expressions of quantity. With count nouns.
There are too many cars.
There should be fewer cars.
We need more subway lines.
There aren't enough buses. With non-count nouns.
There is too much traffic.
There should be less pollution.
We need more public transportation.
There isn't enough parking.
Okay.
Okay, so now this time let us read what are those expressions of quantity mentioned in the audio, or the audio recording. Now this time, can you read what are those expressions of quantity in each sentences? Okay, so can you read?
Okay. There are too many cars. There should be fewer cars. We need more subway lines. There are not enough buses. There's too much traffic. There should be less pollution. We need more public transportation. There isn't enough parking.
Okay, very good. So by the way, this one is aren't.
There aren't.
Okay. That is aren't.
Aren't.
Okay. So I'll just put it beside here. Now let us see what are those expressions that has been used, okay, or that were used in these sentences. So we have here too many.
Yes.
We also have fewer.
Many, fewer.
More.
More.
Enough.
Enough.
Okay, so these are with our count nouns. So you use the following expressions: too many, fewer, more, and enough, okay, with our count nouns. So here we have also with our non-count nouns, we have the words too much,
Too much.
less,
Less.
more,
More.
and isn't enough.
Isn't enough.
Okay, very good. So, or you can say, okay, so there is too much traffic, or there's too much oil in the cooking pan. There is less, or there should be less amount of sugar in your cake. or there should be less amount of hair when people grow old. So how about you? Can you give me an example sentence that uses an expression of quantity?
Okay. There are too many bicycles.
Okay.
Or
you can say there are too many bicycles.
There are too many bicycles.
Okay. What else?
There should be fewer I skip this view and I speak more first. We need more traffic lights. And there are not enough police officers.
Okay, there aren't.
There are not enough police officers.
List office?
Yes.
Oh, like this one?
Oh no. Police. Police.
Oh, police.
Oh, police. Police office.
Okay, police offices.
Yes.
Okay, so remember that the nouns after that one should be in plural form. Okay?
Yes.
So, count nouns have plural form usually with s because they're considered separate and countable things. Okay, so in count nouns, plural forms of nouns are being used. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so in non-count nouns, they do not have a plural form because they're impossible to separate and to count, actually. So you can say there are too much pollutions. So pollution is already a non-count noun.
Okay.
Okay, so you cannot say we need more public transportations. You cannot say that because that is already a non-count noun. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So can you give me another set of sentences?
Okay. We need more tree up the road.
We need
more tree.
Train?
TREE.
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 Trees.
Okay,
trees here is a count noun. You can count the trees. So that should be in the count nouns.
Okay, the trees can count nouns. Okay.
Okay, so what are...
Okay. There, there's too much building
Okay.
in the city.
Okay, there's too much building in the city. That's good. So, now thank you very much for giving me some example sentences about our expressions of quantity. Okay, so remember that more are not enough. Examples are, okay. So, remember that count nouns are this one. Or yes, this one: cars, lines, buses, anything that you can count. But when we say traffic, we cannot count the traffic. Pollution cannot also be counted. Public transportation cannot also be counted. Parking cannot also be counted. So you can use them in, or you can use these expressions to express them. Okay, the quantity of those nouns. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this time, let us complete these statements about transportation problems and compare with the partner. So take note, more than one answer may be possible. So you can have two answers, you can have just one answer, depending on what would fit our sentences. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you time to write your answers between the lines here. Okay. So remember to use our expressions of quantity for count nouns and non-count nouns. Okay, so just take note to use our expressions of quantity with our non-count nouns, or for our count nouns and non-count nouns. Okay?
Okay. Okay. The police officer is non-count nouns.
Police officers are or can be counted. They are count nouns.
Okay.
Anything that you count or that you can count. Okay, so that would be count nouns.
Okay. The government needs to
Ga, hili ka magkaon og macaroni salad. Depende. Hindi mo ako lutoan is yung labi.
Okay.
Okay, so let us check whether answers are correct or not. Okay, so this time let us have number 1. Can you read number 1?
There need more police officers, and there are not enough police officers.
Okay, so I think the one that is correct here is there not. Okay, so there are not enough police officers. So you cannot say there are need more. Okay, so need here could be eliminated. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you can say there are more police officers than what? Okay, so you can just add a clause. Okay, when you will use this one in this sentences. Okay, for example, let me just put it down. Example, there are more police officers this year than last year. Okay, so as you can see, I've used more, but then I have to compare it with another one to keep it a correct sentence, or to keep it as a correct sentence. So I had than last year. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let us have number 2. Can you read number 2?
There should be fewer cars in the city.
Okay, that's perfect. So there should be fewer cars in the city. How about number 3?
There is not much public transportation. There is too less public transportation.
Okay, too less. So when you, let us start with this one again. Need.
Need much.
Okay. So you can eliminate that one. Okay, so instead of much, you can use, there are a lot. Okay, there are a lot of public transportation, but then public transportation here is a non-count noun, right?
Yes.
So you can say just less. Okay, or there are more. There's too much.
It's too much.
Okay, so instead of need, you can have too much. Okay, so if you want to express need, you can say that there is a need of public transportation here. Okay, so that would be your sentence if you will use, or if you want to use the word need. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, and the next is too less. Okay, so there is too less public transportation. Instead of too less, you can just say less. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now this time, I'll just mark this one. So you can just have the word less instead of too less. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so how about number 4?
The government needs to build more highways.
Very good. The government needs to build more highways. How about number 5?
There should be less noise.
Okay, there should be less noise. That's great. How about number 6?
The city needs more public parking garages.
Okay, garages. That's great. Next.
There is too much air pollution in the city.
Okay, there's too much air pollution in the city. Very good, since air pollution here is a non-count noun. A non-count noun.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, and then number 8 is?
There are too many cars parked on the streets.
Okay, there are too many cars parked on the street. Okay, so that should be parked.
Park.
Okay, so you cannot say park it. It could be parked.
Parked.
Okay, very good. Okay, so there are too many cars parked on the streets. That's correct. So also, these are the answers that you can, these are the expressions that you can also use in those sentences. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now I can see that we don't have much time left, right? But before that, do you have any questions?
No question.
No questions. So thank you for participating very well with our lesson for today. I know that it is hard sometimes to use the following expressions of quantity, but with practice, then you can master with using those expressions, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so try to practice those expressions, write them in some sentences so that you can analyze which should be used in count nouns or non-count nouns, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we will continue our lesson in our next class next time. So thank you very much. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.